question, I think, was how would a person save money
Save money.
for the city? Well, in my mind, I think the easiest way to save money is to go to 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, keep the lights off, conserve, and just keep looking through the budget, and eventually you'll get something worked out.
What do you mean by 4 days a week?
Yeah.
Well, instead of working 5 days, you're only going to have your trucks running 4 days a week. Instead of working, your employees that working 5 days, they're only working 4 days a week. You're not spending as much gas, you're not spending as much electric, and
Yeah, it's a good way to lose our.
City
I mean, it's working now.
People are living 7 days a week.
I mean,
though.
people are finding ways. I mean, if you want to get technical about some things that get done, look at UPS. They spent so much money on trying to figure out how to save money. Last year, they saved I don't know how many millions of dollars just by making their truck drivers making left-hand turns instead of right.
Time.
I
Did
don't
you
know
have
what
a
time.
question to go on to that?
As far as to save money for the city, I have no immediate ideas on that issue right now. Is there any other questions? I think everybody's pretty much, you got an idea?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm good.
Tom's ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm not gonna. Yeah, sorry. I'm not gonna stand up here and pretend that I know all the inner workings of the city government and city hall, because I'll be honest with you. I'm wanting to get involved. I'm wanting to jump in. That's why I'm here. So for me to just sit there and say we should do this and do that would be wrong, because part of this, I mean, I could say, well, let's do this, but it's going to affect this area right here. But I know in my place of employment, things that we've done to save money, cross-training, teaching people to work in different departments. Whenever you have a lull in one area, maybe we can get some other people doing this. I mean, I don't know if it's a possibility, but I mean, maybe you could have your street crews work with the trash crew once in a while, or some of your trash guys work with, I don't know, like I said, but cross-training's been like an outstanding in my place of employment for saving money and getting stuff done. So that's my only idea at this time.
That's a good one.
That was a very good idea.
I agree with Tom. With me not being in the city council, knowing how everything works, how the numbers come together, I can't, to be completely honest, I could not honestly answer that question without being behind the doors and actually seeing how it works. But some of my ideas would also just look where any pinching penny we can, any penny we can pinch anywhere. Without mentioning names, I do see city vehicles driven home that I don't feel like they need to be driven home. Maybe there's one way we can save money. These guys aren't in an emergency situation where they need to take vehicles home. So maybe that's one thing we can look at.
Oh, go ahead. No.
Same thing, I really don't know the inner workings because I'm not in there, but just putting money where it makes money, programs that actually bring money into the city, and I don't know what they are right now, but that's something I would think would be a focus.
Well, the only negative thing about that is I was at the library. We don't bring any money in. Also, Parks Department. Jerry Jasper and I used to talk about quality of life. We'd be the first things to go if it got down to cutting major money. The parks and the library are not essential services. The water, the streets, the police, the fire, those are essential services. We are quality of life. But that's what elevates Washington. I wish I could tell you I had an answer. I sit in those meetings. I've sat in budget meetings. They really try to cut, but there are places, there are car allowances, there are things that should be done, and it's really hard, and that's why it's very important for you all to pick a good mayor, because that mayor, as he said, he sets the agenda, he steers the boat, and all of us are part of it, but you have to have good leadership to steer the boat in the right direction.
Hey, Carolyn,
Yes.
it could be a she this year,
That's
too.
what I was going to say. Glad you brought that up.
Absolutely. I will, it's like, well, I'm a councilman, whether I want to be a woman or not.